Welcome. Welcome to Unity in Harlem. The echo had me shaking a little bit. But again, we welcome you here today. Those that are here, certainly, and those that are watching us on Zoom or Streamline, we welcome you here today. It's a nice day. I was reminded today to say something about the outing that we had this past Sunday. The weather was great. Those that didn't make it, I'm sorry you didn't make it, but we always have powerful discussions, and we socialize. We get to know each other. We have discussions where folks will disagree on certain things, but it's healthy though. It's a healthy discussion. I find it to be healthy. I find discussions to be healthier when folks disagree, and I learn more than when folks disagree. The food was great, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful time. We had some young men to help us put things away. These young men that were assisting us were just gentlemen, young gentlemen. I mean, it's refreshing and this to see young men that are both polite, know how to present themselves. And we're talking about young men that's 15, 16, 14 years old. I had a chance to interact with them. I was asking them what their plans were in life, and they're planning at that age, you know. So it was refreshing. It was really, really a good, very good outing and a meeting. Um, so next year, if you didn't make it this year, please make it next year. With that being said, once again, I want to welcome you to Unity in Harlem Sunday service. We have today as a special guest, our soloist will be Tommy Thompson, who's somewhat of a bass singer. And I find myself, I've been influenced because now I try to sing in bass. We have Bob Ponce giving us our affirmation, Unity in Harlem affirmation. Again, once again, Tommy Thompson is the soloist for today. We always welcome him. It's a pleasure to have him back. Reverend Carol Hunt will be giving the meditation as well as the talk for today, which is spending time. Love it. So I know that we'll get something from that, as we always do from Reverend Carol. And I will be reading the announcements for today. But once again, I suggest very strongly that you attend our service, as well as next year attending our outing to be a part of the family and the group discussions. With that being said, I want to lead off by saying, let's welcome Tommy to give us our first solo. Keep your head on the plow, Tommy. I'm stuck.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Unity family. Great to see you and to have you be here this morning. I am so grateful again to be a guest. And well, I'm one of those guests that seem to never go home because it's been through the years that I've been coming and participating with Unity. Well, the theme today, spending time. Love it. Spending time, love it. I'd like to share this. I've been spending a lot of time with my family in the last week or so, and there are a lot of family dynamics and a lot of things that are going on in my family at this time. I know that for all of us, even at this election political time that we're going through and all these changes in the world and in the system of things, it's about holding on. It's like we have to hold on right now and trust let go, let God. So in that vein, we're going to sing about holding on, the spirit of hold on no matter what. I'm going to ask you here, if you will, to stand, and I want you to move your bodies at home. We're going to have a little refrain in between each verse. I will bring you forth, and we would love for you to join right in and do your best to sing. So we're going to take this. Dum, 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 dum. Yes. Dum, 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 dum. And go. No one, no, let me come in. The doors are fastened and the windows pinned. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold on. If you run on your track, don't look back, keep running forward. Keep your hands on the plow. Hold on. Oh, here we go now. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. Hold on. Mary had a golden chain. Every link spelled my Jesus' name. Keep your hand on that plow. Hold on, hold on. Every chain holds on. Every chain goes higher and higher. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold on. Come on. Hold on. Hold on, keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold on. If you want to get to heaven, I'll tell you how. Keep your hands on the master's plow. Keep your hand on that plow. Hold on, hold on. Come on. Hold on. Hold on, keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold one more time now. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your hand on that plow. Hold on, hold on. Great job, great job. Let's hold on. Let's hold on. I believe. Yes, yes, I feel it. I feel it. I believe it's for me to say LeRoy Williams will be back now with some announcements. Thank you, Ashe.
And it's LeRoy Weathers. Hey, listen, as you see, Tommy gets the house, as we say, rocking, but it's a spiritual rock, gets us going. And Tommy had shared that he's with his family. Yesterday, I had went to a birthday celebration, and family was there, and I was able to see folks I didn't see before. Thank God for Accessorize, because this place was out in Fall Rock. Had I taken, if folks don't know about Accessorize, you pay a $3 fee. Had I taken Uber there, it'd been about $60. So thank God. Sometimes we have to understand our limits. And sometimes we don't take advantage of certain things because of the fact that we may feel that, oh, if I get to Accessorize, I'm got signs that I'm old. And no, it's there to help you. It's there to assist you. And that's the perspective. And thank God it's there. Because I would have never made it. But anyway, not to get into that. But anyhow, let me give the announcements for today. So the announcements for today, Unity in Harlem Zoom connection number is 698-428-2725. By phone, it's 929-205-6099. The passcode is 777 7777. Tuesday, study group on summer recess for July and August. So it will begin again in September, and they'll notify you when it does. Friday, Unity in Harlem Prayer Circle, every Friday at 6 p.m. Release and let go in the comfort of prayer, recess month of August. In other words, it's in recess until the end of August. Unity in Harlem Gospelgram for August on Unity in Harlem Facebook. Very important announcement coming up. Anyone wanting to speak to the minister about a personal matter, feel free to call 646-481-1844. That's worth repeating. Anyone wanting to speak to the minister about a personal matter, feel free to call 646-481-1844. Next Sunday, Augustine, Walk a Mile in My Shoes. Guest speaker, Justin Morley, Unity Center of New York City. And that is the announcements for today.
Isaiah 55 verse 11 says, "So shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it." Unity affirmations speak to the power of our words, and particularly the power of I am. And so we say this affirmation every Sunday to affirm our divine nature. The words are on the screen, and I invite you to say them with me. I am an abundant, radiating center of God's love and light for peace, healing, and inner truth for all.
So now we are coming to the place of peace, inner peace. This is the time to be able to meditate and go inside. So clearing our mind, body, and spirit. I welcome you all to quiet yourselves, sit unfeathered by anything, things out of your lap and at home. And if you care to, please close your eyes so that we can prepare for the meditation, and then we will have words by our dear Reverend Carol Hunt. Just 1 second. Be still, my soul. Be still, my soul. The Lord is on my side. Bear patiently the cross of grief and pain. leave to thy God to order and provide. Through all change, he faithful will remain. Be still, my soul, thy best, thy heavenly friend. Through thorny ways leads to a joyful end. Be still, my soul, thy God doth undertake to guide the future as the past. Thy hope, thy confidence, let nothing shake. All now mysterious shall be bright at last. Be still, my soul, the winds and waves still know his voice who ruled them while they dwelt below. Ashe, Ashe, be still, my soul, mind, body, spirit. Now we will welcome, and gratefully so, Reverend Carol J. Hunt. Ashe. Thank you, thank you. I want to stay right here and greet you. I want to greet you on camera. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy, for choosing a meditative preparations song that really speaks to our lives as we try to be still at all times, but probably during these times. And I would suspect when someone was talking about the song at other times, they would say, but particularly these times, what a gift it is to be able to take time away and be still, and to also be still from within out. Not only asking for the outer to be still, but we know that when we become still within, our outer environment becomes still. So now I invite you to take advantage of this gifted time, these moments, to simply become still. It is always a challenge because we have thoughts that flow in and out, flow in and out. Thoughts of our lives, thoughts about the environment, thoughts about the world. And yet the key to handling it all is simply to be still, to call on that gift within of quieting ourselves. Focus on your breathing and let the easy rhythm of breathing in, breathing out assist you in becoming still. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Four words can lead you to a place within that is absolutely still, absolutely quiet. A gift. As you breathe in and out, take time to think about your body. Take inventory of your body from head to toe. Find those places that you desire to be more than what they can be now. To be more active, more well, to be all that they were created to be, every cell, every atom, every muscle. Find those places and take a breath. Breathe into them. Feel breathing into them. And exhale through them, relaxing them. Breathe the word of relax. Be still. Be still. Again, search your body. Find those places that are uncomfortable, that are stressed, anxious. Breathe into them. Exhale through them. Relax them. Breathe in and exhale. Feel yourself becoming quiet, more quiet, more still. Breathe in and breathe out. And now, as you breathe in deeply, hold the breath. Hold the breath for 5, and then exhale slowly for 7. Do that again. Breathe in deeply. Hold for 5. Exhale slowly for 7. In this quiet place, our thoughts, our thoughts can be of being still, allowing and affirming the full and complete presence within of our divinity. In the stillness, in the quiet, in the silence, know your oneness with spirit. Spirit everywhere present in you, as you. Let spirit now be your guide. Allow it to speak to you of your gift in the quiet, your gift in the silence, the gift of release and let go. Release, let go. Those things that you are tied to, for a moment, let them go. Set them to the side. Feel the relaxation and the release of letting go. There is nothing left but allness, oneness, completeness, wholeness as you let go. The gift of seeing whole, seeing completely, seeing perfectly. There are no separations. There are no shadows covering the darkness. There is only light. You see perfectly all that is yours to see, your gift, this moment, right now. The gift of hearing, hearing in the depth of yourself, hearing, you are my beloved. You are my beloved child. It is love as you, blessing your world. Always hearing. I love you. I care about you. I bless you. The gift of always hearing. You are my beloved child. Feel the comfort. Feel the caring. The gift of feeding your own self. Let spirit feed you, comfort you, love you, care for you, see for you, hear for you. You are my beloved child in whom I am most pleased. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel relaxed. Feel refreshed. Feel restored. Feel the energy for all that will come during this day. And now, open and receptive, you are ready. You take another deep breath. You exhale the breath. You give thanks for these moments of quiet, being still. You find yourself in your place right here, right now. We give thanks in the name and in the nature of the Christ presence as you. We say yes. We say amen. We say, and so it is. Good morning to all of you, those who are present in this room and those who are present in their own room. It is always good to take this time to come together and share in the truth of who we are. Alone time is great. In fact, the alone time is the time that prepares us to be in the company of others and be our full expression of our creation. And coming here together to be in a community of people who believe the same thing, who share in the same desires, and who feel that the message of unity as a new thought expression is one that should be spoken of from the hilltops, for it can build a sense of real completeness as a human being, as we are now configured. Today, July 28th, will be the last Sunday we'll be talking about spending time. The kind of time you spend in the summer months. Interestingly enough, the summer months in 2024 in America, and I guess you could say in parts of the world, but certainly here in the United States, is anything but quiet. It's not the lazy, hazy days of summer inactivity, but it's still the lazy, hazy days of summer. Temperature-wise. So in a hot and humid summer, we close the month with reflecting, at least I want you to reflect on how did this thing called time affect me this year, this summer? This word called time, and what happened as we just keep going along and the time keeps going along. Spending time in a lighthearted way, which was the intention, on subjects, ideas, people, places, and things. It gives life its pleasantries, actually, and its what ifs. You might remember the what ifs that we talked about. Speaking of what ifs, suppose, just suppose, the events of this past week happened because of thousands of prayers and positive thoughts that have been said and repeated for close to 4 years, culminated in this way. We do say prayer. We believe prayer is cumulative, that as people pray individually and collectively, the prayer just doesn't dissipate. It stays in the ether. We can't see it. All of them stay in the ether. And at some point in time, individually, we feel the impact of those prayers and we feel them collectively. So I'm saying, suppose the events of this week happened because of the thousands and thousands of prayers and positive thoughts that have been said and repeated for close to these few years. Think about it. Anyway, today's theme is love it. Spend whatever time, spending time, love it. Now, when I say love it, I mean like, yes, but much more than that. I mean to be in it for the joy of it. Love it from the joy that you get from it. Spending time, love it. Eckhart Tolle, I've spoke about this before, the author coined a phrase for me, clock time. From the first time I read about it, I have been fascinated by it. Since the word time is so concrete in some ways, but also time is elusive, both happening at the same time. It allows the word to be relegated to how we determine the passage of daytime to nighttime and helps in being able to have a conversation about time because it's divided up. So it becomes convenient. That is what he calls clock time. Having the ability to say, oh, that's clock time, this is clock time, and then there's that other time. That's important. So clock time, according to Eckhart Tolle, are those seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months mankind has divided and determined. In some cases, clock time is mundane, full of mundane activities. Take, for instance, brushing our teeth. It has been determined that brushing our teeth is good hygiene for bodily health. If you think back, I bet you can remember learning the jingle. Now, I can't sing, but you'll get the thrust of it, right? This is how we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is how we brush our teeth early in the morning. Now, we were taught that to help us learn to what? Love it. Love brushing our teeth. And then we get the benefits of it, providing good bodily health. Learn to love it. Love brushing your teeth. Over time, it can become a mundane, everyday activity, something I just have to do. Or take Brother Lawrence of the Resurrection back in the 1400s. At the age of 26, he joined the Carmelite monastery in France. He spent 30 years as a cook and dishwasher, pot washer, and cleaning the kitchen. He advocated practicing the presence of God while doing what many of us would consider, mundane. Again, washing dishes, cleaning the kitchen. Mundane. Yet he looked at that activity for 30 years as practicing the presence. From a new thought or spiritual perspective, Fillmore suggests when you and I come into an understanding of the absolute, we become free of the bondage of time. We can be in a position of declaring, time will not have influence in my mind, body, or affairs. In other words, we would be living outside the limitations of clock time. When we get the full meaning of that, then we truly can work with this idea of clock time and other kinds of time. So it's understanding the absolute. We live from an understanding of the absolute. When we live from that understanding, we are living divine mind. We are living in an unlimited way. We are living from limitations. We see no limitations. We feel no limitations. We're able to do within the context of absolute what we want to do and how we want to do it. But we only can do that when we understand what the absolute is, divine principle. Jesus lived at times in and as the absolute. He demonstrated living in the here and now outside of clock time, where everything is measured, because clock time is measured. It's how we divide the past from the present. During the week, we have constantly heard the countdown to the election. There's only 107 days, 106 days, 105 days to election day. Jesus was told there's nothing he could do for his friend Lazarus. He had been dead 4 days. Jesus called forth Lazarus after being dead 4 days. Now we are being called forth for an election. There's only 107 days, 6 days, 105 days. Time is the measure we give to passing events. So says Fillmore. Jesus didn't get involved in the passing events of 4 days of clock time thinking. He affirmed his understanding of the absolute time. And what happened? Everybody loved it. They were elated with the results. When he ignored clock time of 4 days. If, as I said before, the collective culmination of prayer resulted in the happening of this past week, what's 105 days got to do with it? What's 106 or 7 days got to do with it? In absolute understanding, there is no limitation. We simply have to believe that 105, 106, 107, 104, there's no limit, or whatever limitation you may have set in your personal life about something. And it says, well, I don't have time. The Bible is full of stories that demonstrates no limitation. The widow with only one bottle of oil, and it never ran out. The Hebrew people experienced food from heaven. It came every night to be prepared for the next day. Feeding of 10,000 with leftovers. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace and was not burned. Daniel, saved in the lion's den. Same thing. And so many more stories and more stories and more stories of not getting caught up in limitation, but thinking from an understanding of the absolute. The absolute demonstrations outside of clock time have not stopped. Look into your life and see where health, financial abundance, or relationships flourished when it appeared to you there was no hope. Can't get around this one. So what's 107, 106, 105 days got to do with it? What's the challenge to your consciousness in the here and now to be in a state of awareness? That is like Brother Lawrence. He definitely saw the mundane work of cleaning pots and pans for 30 years as practicing the presence of God. He was practicing himself as the I am right there. He was practicing the absolute. What do you have to change in how you see the events of the past so that they do not dominate what the future can hold? To what extent do you believe that past events predicts what the future can be? 107 days, 106 days, 105 days. What did our examples for today do? And so that's something to keep in mind. The widow, she kept using the oil she had. She did not limit herself for what she needed. She just kept using what she had. She didn't say, oh, shucks, it's getting down to about this much. I better set it aside. I don't know what I'm going to need it for later. She didn't do that. She just kept using it. And she never ran out. The Hebrews' food from heaven, they did as they were instructed. The food came when the ground was wet with dew. They cooked it and they ate it. They did not save leftovers and they had leftovers, but they were instructed not to save the leftovers because if they did, it would kill them. They didn't even try to see if it would work. They did what they were told to do by the absolute. The three brothers in the fiery furnace, they were not afraid, no fear, and did not give in to worshiping another God. And they were protected. Daniel in the den, the same thing, was not afraid and let God take care of the situation. When the king came running to find out if he was still alive, Daniel said, for some reason, the jaws of the lion got locked. Jesus prayed, giving thanks for what they had, and fed the 10,000. Prayer. Jesus ignored the number of past days that said what was about to happen with Lazarus was to give God glory through it and for people to believe. To believe. Give glory to the absolute. Give glory to the I am principle of the things that happens in your life that maybe others don't understand, but people will believe. Brother Lawrence washed dishes, pots and pans to the glory of God. So much so to we know about it today. In the little book, one book that he wrote. We see here some clues to keep in mind as we seek to demonstrate the I am that Jesus embodied. It was never about him. It was always about the absolute. It was about divine mind. It was about I am. It was about the Christ. Give God the glory and love it. Give God the glory and love it. Blessings, my friends. We'll go right into our prayer requests, our tithe, and our offering, and I'll do the minister's moment directly after that. We return now to that central place within ourselves, that place that says to us as we approach it and sink ourselves into it, to be still, to be quiet. And in this place, we can review to ourselves those moments, those times when the past was irrelevant. The time to do something now has no bearing. The time to do is in the moment. We listen to that still, quiet voice that calls us to be in the moment, in the time, to accomplish that which we would know is ours to accomplish. What a blessed gift we have, that in all the activity of clock time, there is a central part of us that is beyond the limits of clock time. How blessed we are that born in the image and likeness of the Absolute, we can be, simply be, and do the work of Spirit. And be confident that what we choose to do is the outworking of Spirit, and it is already done, already perfect, and we are simply bringing it forth. We bring it forth now, and we do the work that is necessary to bring it forth. And in this time of quiet, we remember those we care about, those who may be struggling, those who may be ill, those situations that seem are intractable. Yet we know that can change. It can be different. And so as we think of those we care about who are in a variety of situations and our concern about them, we release the concern and allow Divine Spirit, the Absolute, to be there for that person, for that situation, for that understanding. By placing them in this energy, we can be confident it is done. It is done. We bless it and have no doubt in the consciousness of the Christ. Amen. We prepare now for our tithe and offering. And as it's being prepared, and as you give, hold the thought. Hold the thought of the power of giving and receiving. And so let us stand and accept these gifts where we are. We bless the gifts that have flowed through us, that we have decided to share, giving and receiving, one experience. And we see these gifts being used to the glory of Spirit. We give thanks for the gifts. We give thanks for the givers, those present and those who are not, and those who are viewing us online. We bless the gifts that you will share with us as well, giving thanks for you, for being with us and sharing in this ministry. There is a prayer that we say each week, and the words are on the screen. I will say them first, and then you will repeat them with me after. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Shall we know it together? Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. So be it, and amen. Close the ministry, and we are in the park for the day and enjoy the weather as well as one another. And it was a perfect day, weather-wise, and perfect day in terms of those of us who gathered. It is always wonderful to be relaxed in the out of doors and just simply talk and share with one another. And I do agree that the young men who assisted us were wonderful and well behaved, if that is such a word to use for young men. I'm not sure now. Yeah. But it was wonderful having them join us. And considering that we have not been gathering like that because of COVID, it is a buildup to what I hope will be the great crowds that we have had before. We were lucky to have some new faces that some of us invited, Devlin Edwards in particular, and was very grateful to her for inviting them, and the people came. So it was a wonderful afternoon, and I too look forward to next year, and we will gather again, and our numbers will begin to grow because new people will be told about it. You know, this thing to the glory of God for people to believe, it works for days in the park too. And so tell the folks if you were there this year, and just say, I'm going to remind you for next year. Join Unity in Harlem at Central Park, 108th Street. I also would like to say a word about next Sunday, which is the first Sunday in August. Many of us will not be here. In fact, some are saying we'll all be gone, but not quite. Not quite. We all will not be gone. Many of us have chosen to be at Unity Village in Lee Summit, Missouri, for a conference that we have been talking about, titled Celebrating Our Soul. This is the second conference. The first was in 22. This is in 24, that have brought together people of African descent from all the new thought disciplines, expressions. Maybe there's about 4 to 5 of them in the country. small, and some are large. So this opportunity for people of African descent to come together as a group and talk about new thought from the perspective of people of African descent and have what we call this year, oh, shucks, it's just slipped my mind. But anyway, workshops, essentially workshops on health and wholeness, on prosperity. There's going to be one on social activism. If you know anything about New Thought, that's never been a big thrust in its teaching. But there are some New Thought expressions that really do talk about social activism. It was not a workshop masterclass. That's what we are calling them this year, masterclasses. We did not have that in 22. So that is, I already know the numbers for the workshops. That's going to be a big one. Everybody will be coming to that one because everybody wants to know how to do social activism in our country or the world, and it not get caught up in whether you're a Democrat, a conservative, or a Republican. How do you do it? But how do you do it from a truth perspective? So that's going to be exciting, and that's just one of the master classes. And so we are not going to be here as we normally are. In 22, we had 5 people to go. This year, we have 8 people, and that's great. And Kwesi Thomas, who will not be going, has agreed to be the leader for our service. I think that's wonderful. He has promised to bring people, and we will also have a guest soloist. So spread the word. Help Kwesi out. And come on August 4th to Unity in Harlem. And those who are listening, make sure, if you're not going to Unity Village, you make sure you tune in because we will be here. And our guest speaker is Justin Morley from Unity Center of New York City on 58th Street. And he promises to have a wonderful message, if I can remember, living in oneness with God. Living in oneness with God. I think that's it. That was me. That's my theme for the month, Walk a Mile. And he has chosen to speak on oneness, with living in oneness with God. I know he will be great. And people will be here to greet him. And very thankful that Bob and Marie will be here along with Kwesi to greet him and have a wonderful service. Those are, what I wanted to. Oh, yes. And he asked, interesting you would say that. Justin Morley, what can I say? He was like a son relationship to Eric Butterworth. And at 58th Street, he handled all the music and the taping of all what we, moving from tapes to CDs across the years, and did all the programming. And as a matter of fact, when Unity in Harlem started as a study group and then particularly as a ministry, whatever I wanted, I could go to Justin and get it. First Eric said, get whatever you want, Carol. You know, so the door was open. And then if I needed anything, paper, the envelopes that you see that we put our gifts to Unity, Justin would do them for me. So there's always people behind the scenes. And he said, when I was talking to him yesterday, you don't mind if I say a word about Eric? I said, are you kidding? They'll love to hear about your relationship with Eric. So we can look forward to it. I think that's just about it. And we can have Tommy return now for our song of inspiration, The Rose.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Carol. Thank you for that message. Thank you, Unity. I'm going to take a quick moment to, first, I'm going to acknowledge my praise and worship singing mentor, Marie Ponce of Unity. It is because of she that I am here and that I've ever been here. And I'm going to take something from her that she's given me through the years. And she's given us here at Unity, and she gives to you freely. When she is here, she is so inside herself to be able to give to you, and she gives fully in the moment. In times of joy, in times of sadness, fun, laughter, all of that, she brings that to the table. And I want to thank her for sharing that with me. And that is what Unity is about. And certainly, Reverend Carol, you bring that. I just want to say that with today's theme, spending time, love it. I've been spending time with my family, and I'd like you all to keep my family in prayer, and especially my nephew. He's in his young 40s. He's laying in a hospital in Philadelphia. I just got back late last night, this morning, after being down there for more than a week or so, and being with my sister, his mother, in the hospital, and being at his side. So he's not come back yet fully. And but as far as the message today, and as far as Unity brings forth for me, I'm going to see him in his victory. I will continue to see him in his victory. That's how I've been holding him as I've been learning the principles of Unity. And I see him getting up from that hospital bed and rehabilitation and being whole again as best much as possible. So this song, I was thinking all through the night and through the morning, oh, I should change it. I don't know. But it is about love. And I have love for my nephew, and I offer my family to come together. And these are times when things happen and you're trying to understand the situation. And even you talked about the political system and the Democrats and the Republicans. In families, we have many dynamics. So I pray too, and ask you to pray for my family to come together at this time. So thank you. I'm going to do my best. The Rose. Bob, can we start it again, please? Thank you. I'm a little bit of a mess, but it's a good mess. 1 second. Some say love, it is a river that drowns a tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger and endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, its only seed. Yes, it's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give. And the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong, just remember, in the winter or beneath the bitter snow lies a seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose. The rose. The rose. Thank you. Thank you so much. Peace.
Thank you, Tommy. We'll now have our prayer of protection. Up. Feel the energy. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And remain standing for the closing peace song. But I need Tommy. You don't want me to do the peace.
You stand. Yay. Peace. Peace. everyone at home, if you know any of these lyrics, please join in. Just hum or jump in. It's all about bringing forth peace. Ashe. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be our joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank
Ashe.
you and
Thank you.
blessings.
Peace, peace.
See you.
Hugs.